Pirates have always captured our imagination with their tales of adventure and treacherous deeds on the high seas. But what happens when these marauders are caught and brought to justice? In this video, we delve into the intriguing world of punishments for captured pirates, exploring the dark history of flogging and branding, the confinement of prison, and the ominous specter of hangings. Join us as we uncover the harsh realities faced by these swashbucklers when their reign of terror comes to an end. During the Golden Age in the Indian Ocean, the British Admiralty granted the East India Company the authority to chase and judge pirates starting in 1683. As a result, pirates faced the risk of facing appropriate consequences wherever they caused trouble. One common punishment involved being whipped either on a single ship or being taken to all the ships in the port and whipped on each one, a punishment that was also used in the Royal Navy. In the Indian Ocean, there were so many pirates that those who were captured often had the letter P branded on their foreheads with a red-hot iron. In this region, pirates who received a death sentence were executed by hanging them from a yardarm. In the beginning of the Golden Age of piracy, a few lucky pirates got pardons, especially if they were not very important in the crew or if they were quite young. However, as time passed and piracy became more serious, the authorities became much stricter. Pirates everywhere faced the risk of imprisonment as the least lenient punishment if they ever got caught. Many pirates didn't make it to trial. They either died from their injuries or from the diseases that were common in prisons. For most pirates, a long prison sentence was a real possibility, unless they could convince the court that they had been forced to join a pirate crew against their will. The pirates had to make this argument themselves, even though most of them had little education, as they were not allowed to have a lawyer. Colonial prisons were especially harsh, but prisons in England weren't much better. Some prison sentences involved forced labor, like in the penal colonies in West Africa, where prisoners worked in mines and had a very low chance of surviving. During the later part of the Golden Age of piracy, the most common punishment for captured pirates was hanging, usually right after their trial. These hangings were done in public and often in a place where passing sailors could witness it. In London, there was a special spot for executing pirates called Execution Dock in Wapping, by the River Thames. Usually, several pirates were hanged together, especially when there was a strong crackdown on piracy, and whole pirate crews were sentenced together. The condemned pirates were taken from prison, usually from places like Newgate or Marshalsea. They were led by an officer carrying a silver oar, a symbol of the authority of the High Court of the Admiralty. The location where the hanging took place had special meaning. Being near the sea signified that the crimes were committed by sailors, and the specific spot at low tide reminded everyone that the Admiralty was responsible for carrying out the punishment because crimes beyond low tide were dealt with by civil authorities. In the world of piracy, the line between adventure and punishment was thin. Flogging, branding, prison, and hanging served as harsh deterrents, leaving us with questions about their morality and history, yet they were sobering reminders of the perilous pirate's life.